Hey Frag fam, what is going on? I hope you guys are all doing well today. Elliot here, welcome back to The Fragrance Well. So as you guys have probably noticed, I no longer look like a mountain man because I recently got my hair cut. I promise you that was not on purpose. Sometimes my crazy schedule prevents me from getting a haircut when I want to, but that's neither here nor there. The whole thing inspired me to do another barbershop fragrance video. I haven't done one in a while. Traditionally, a barbershop fragrance may be considered to be the aromatic fougere style of fragrance, possibly, not 100%, but that's usually what it's tied to. I used to kind of follow that definition, but now I kind of developed my own definition of it. As far as I'm concerned, a barbershop fragrance can be at least one of these two things. Number one, it is a smell that you can relate to something you may smell in a barbershop, any kind of product that has a scent profile that you could find in a barbershop. It might smell like that. Or number two is any fragrance where it smells like a fresh, clean-cut, masculine, gentlemanly man. And whatever that means to you. So as long as it's one of those two things, I might consider it to be a barbershop fragrance. Doesn't automatically make it as such. But anyway, I've got 8 fragrances here today to illustrate the point of a barbershop fragrance in my opinion. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we do, as always, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you do like this content, and please hit that bell icon, enable notifications so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Let's get into it. All right, guys, first one coming from Creed. This is gonna be Green Irish Tweed. Creed, Green Irish Tweed. So the scent profile of this in my mind, I don't know if I've ever smelled any products in a barbershop that smell like Green Irish Tweed, but I think the fragrance in and of itself is representative of a fresh, clean gentleman. Therefore, this can easily work as a barbershop scent in terms of just displaying what a man that is, masculine, well put together, and has just kind of taken care of his physical grooming as far as his hair is concerned, is presenting himself to the public. I think this fragrance just represents that. Also, timeless, classic scent right here. This can work for anybody in my opinion. If you feel like this may be a little bit too old smelling or more mature smelling and you want something a little bit more youthful, they have more youthful versions of Green Irish Tweed. So the scent DNA still can work for anybody at any age. And kind of an offshoot of a barbershop fragrance, in my opinion, is something that any guy can rock at any time. So it is also a versatile scent profile. Green Irish Tweed is definitely that. So once again, from Creed, this is Green Irish Tweed. All right, next one is coming from Aramis, and it is Aramis. Aramis Eau de Toilette, I guess you could call it. This is the concentrate version. I don't know if this is any different from just the original Eau de Toilette. I have no idea. I need to just buy the Eau de Toilette just to see, but I imagine the scent profile is basically the same. So special shout out to this fragrance. This is the scent of my grandfather on my mother's side. He wore Aramis. I don't know if he wore any other stuff. I imagine he did, but he particularly wore this one, so sentimental value also to this one. But you talk about masculine, this is it right here. Definitely fresh, clean style fragrance. This is it right here. And now this one here is going to smell a little bit more mature for sure. You're not going to run into too much stuff that smells like this, but people still wear this today. I would say when I was a lot younger, I would smell smells like this in the barbershop. Not so much today, but the point remains the same. This fragrance smells like a fresh, clean gentleman and is very, very masculine. And while today it may not really have that versatility just because we have different fragrance styles at the forefront of what people use, you could still pretty much use this for anything as far as I'm concerned. So has that going for it. Classic barbershop scent in my opinion. Once again from Aramis, this is Aramis. All right guys, next one is coming from Amouage, and this is gonna be Beach Hut Man. Amouage Beach Hut Man. Now, this fragrance here has fougere-like qualities to it, although it is not necessarily a fougere, but really the main thing that kind of gives it that is this kind of green, bitter green smell mixing with some mint, so a little bit of a spicy bitter green mint and very mossy characteristics. Oak moss, not oak moss, but tree moss like characteristics. I wouldn't necessarily say it's oak mossy, but it has those characteristics to it that you would align with a fougere fragrance. So it has a little bit of a barbershop style vibe. I can say this much, This fragrance is one that not everybody's gonna like. I mean, it is very brash and very aggressive in terms of its scent profile, but if you like those traditional barbershop scents, similar to like an Aramis, I think you would definitely like this one. Now, the chances of you actually smelling a scent just like this one in a barbershop are pretty low, but because of that mossy characteristic that this fragrance has, and the fact that it does absolutely smell clean and fresh and very, very masculine, I think this fragrance does work as a barbershop scent. As far as I'm concerned, this is Amouage's barbershop fragrance, even though that has nothing to do with the inspiration for this scent, at least according to the write-up. So once again, from Amouage, this is Beach Hut Man. All right, next one is coming from Tom Ford. This is gonna be Beau De Jour. Tom Ford, Beau De Jour. So this scent is definitely an aromatic fougere with a modern twist. The inspiration for this fragrance was the fougere, and to me, absolutely smells like a barbershop style scent in that regard. But like I said, modernized a bit. It's a lot more ambery than you would typically find in your traditional barbershop style fragrance. A little bit smoother, less rough around the edges, so it has been modernized in that sense. But a lot of lavender in here, so it has that fresh, clean smell of lavender. Lavender is very synonymous with barbershop smells, even some modern ones. And it also has that mossy element to it as well. I grew up with the aromatic fougere style fragrance. That's just what was a lot more popular when I started wearing fragrances as a kid. So I have a special connection to this one because it reminds me of that, but gives it to me in a much more modernized way, and I thoroughly enjoy it as a result. So once again, from Tom Ford, this is Beau De Jour. All right, so this next one is gonna be the one that might raise some eyebrows. It's coming from Rasasi, and it's gonna be Hawas. Rasasi, Hawas. Many people are looking at me like, wait, barbershop scent? No way. Well, let me explain in case you just don't know. If you go into a barbershop and they're not using like traditional smelling stuff, they're using more modern smelling products, guess what those products are gonna smell like? They're gonna smell like this. Not Hawas directly, but they're gonna have Invictus style smells. They're gonna have 1 million style smells. A lot of the newer products, that's just how they smell now. And if barbershops are buying those newer products, then this is gonna be basically what a barbershop is gonna start smelling like. Every time I go to my barbershop, this is the stuff they're using now. And what's crazy is, that's not what they originally smelled like when I first started going to them over a decade ago. But this is what they use now. So the smell of the barbershop has been modernized to scents like this. If you know Hawas, it is fruity, it's spicy, it's incredibly sweet, very ambery in nature. It does have a freshness, so it does have somewhat of a cleanly vibe, but it is far less masculine than it used to be, and or should I say than barbershop smells used to be, and far less of that kind of fresh, clean, gentlemanly smell. This is more fun, outgoing, playful style smell. So remember what I said, the two things that make up a barbershop scent. One was that fresh, clean aspect, gentlemanly, masculine aspect, and the other aspect was whatever you smell in a barbershop. Well, this is what I now smell when I go into a barbershop. So that's why it's on the list. Once again, from Rasasi, this is Hawas. All right, moving on. Next one is coming from Jazada. This is gonna be Ambassador. Jazada Ambassador. Now this one here, I wanted to put on the list simply because if I think about the more modern barbershop smells, like the Hawas I just mentioned, this one here I think is a better representation of that. I like this better. Why? It's nowhere near as sweet. It's nowhere near as ambery. This one here you could describe as like a fruitier version of Sauvage. So there is lavender in this. You still get that cleanly nature from that. The fruitiness of this is not overbearing, has more of a woodier base. It's certainly not mossy. I think many of the newer barbershop scents are moving away from that mossy element, and you know that's been going on for a while. It's not a new thing, but yeah, I like this better. It's a little bit more balanced in terms of a scent profile, where it's not overly youthful, not overly playful. Now I've never smelled anything like this in a barbershop, but if you think about the Invictus and the 1 million style smell profiles that you might find in a barbershop now, I just think this is a little bit more of a balanced version of that. So that's why I have it in this video. So once again, from Jazada, this is Ambassador. All right, guys, next one is coming from Cosmorati, and that's gonna be Mefisto Gentiluomo. Cosmorati, Mefisto Gentiluomo. Now this one here doesn't really fit any of the molds with the previous fragrances. It has the fresh, clean, gentlemanly smell, but it is a scent profile that is completely different. What I like about this one is I consider it to be a fresher, middle of hot summer barbershop style fragrance. You've got lots of lavender in here, very fresh lavender, and a lot of citrus, some other florals to kind of soften the fragrance, and a ton of musk. Very musky base to the scent. This is like a middle of summer fragrance profile, but it is very gentlemanly, it is clean, it is fresh, and in my opinion, it is definitely masculine. So it has a lot of those barbershop qualities, but from a scent profile standpoint, most people would not think traditional barbershop style fragrance with this. That's why I like it, and it also does not fall into the more modern smelling Invictus 1 million style fragrances. So this one, kind of one of those X Factor type of fragrances where I wouldn't mind wearing this to a barbershop, if you will, or just wouldn't mind having a barbershop sensibility with my scent of the day if I was gonna wear this. So that's why I put it in this video. Once again, from Cosmorachi, this is Mefisto Gentiluomo. All right, last but certainly not least, coming from Get Right Fragrances, this is Clean Team Signature. Get Right Fragrances Clean Team Signature. I have this one in the video for the same reasons I put the Mefisto Gentiluomo. Gives me a little bit of the same usage, if you will, where it doesn't really smell like a traditional barbershop scent, but it can absolutely work as one. Also, loads of lavender in this, kind of a linen lavender style, so kind of fresh, clean clothes kind of smell to it. Other florals, a little bit of fresh spices to add in that, and kind of a musky, woodsy base as well to just give this very gentlemanly, modern gentlemanly, but still masculine, clean smelling vibe. So therefore, in my opinion, that would work as a barbershop fragrance, if you will, without it smelling like your traditional aromatic fougere, and certainly it does not smell like Invictus or 1 million. So that's why I have this one on the list. It checks at least one of those boxes. And also, similar to Mefisto Gentiluomo, just gives you something completely different that can still work within the barbershop realm, in my opinion. Once again, from Get Right Fragrances, this is Clean Team Signature. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below, are you a fan of barbershop fragrances, whether they be very, very modern or the nice traditional ones? I do prefer the traditional ones, to be honest, but hey, it is what it is. Barbershop scents are changing, as are masculine fragrances for that matter. So thanks again for watching all the way into the end. I really do appreciate you guys. Please remember to be well and smell well, and I will see you all in the next episode of The Fragrance Well. Have a good one.